I wanted to have a discussion about, people who struggle with lustfulness and how they may judge you if there is a mistake or something happens in your relationship. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. This question actually came from a commenter, and I actually don't see her comment anymore. When I did a post about lustfulness with women, this commenter talked about how lustful women will often be very judgmental and condescending if there's a mistake. If something happens in your relationship, let's say your partner betrays you or your partner dumps you or something like that, the lustful people are often very judgmental. And I find this to be true, especially when there is an air of narcissism in that person. Then narcissistic people who also are very lustful, or even antisocial people who are also very lustful, will take on a more condescending tone with you and say, well, see, that's why you lost your man. You couldn't keep him, or I don't blame him for dumping you because you didn't do everything. A man needs this and a man needs that, and you're to this, you're to that, and you need to do it this way and not that way. Or, there's just this air of condescending, and where they're just constantly scrutinizing you or talking down on you if something happens in your relationship. And I've seen this happen time and again when I've counseled people over the years with sex addictions and deviant sexual behaviors, including women. And this can even happen in the group therapy context. So I've seen people get very catty and very malicious with each other and say that you're this, you're that, just kind of be judgmental, or you should have been wearing this. No wonder they're not attracted to you because of that, and so on and so forth. And, to add to that, I've seen a lot of this rhetoric on social media as well. When you have people that talk about being coaches for relationships or coaches for abuse, a lot of the rhetoric is the same, where they talk to the audience in a condescending tone. The red flag is, bitch, you do this, or bitch, you do that, or you're this, you're that, or the reason why men do this. And I see male coaches do this, but primarily speaking, it's usually directed at a female audience, this condescending rhetoric. I mean, you certainly do have male content creators who do that with men too, but the majority of it is directed at women, and it's just this way of where you're talking down, but the way that they talk down and they scrutinize the simple things, the simple mistakes that you make in a relationship. You can, again, if you've been around it enough, if you've counseled enough of it, in my opinion, you kind of see a lot of the similarities in some of the way that they speak to the audience that they're trying to help. And the telltale sign is that they will see you as inferior and speak to you in that way, but guise it under the idea that they're trying to help you, you poor lost soul, help you find your way and this and that. But the tone is very clear that they actually don't respect the people that they're trying to help, even though they will gladly take your money, your likes, your views, and your followers. But lustful men also do this with other men that they call themselves helping out or coaching, or putting a man on, where they they try to tell them, oh, you need to be a man. You need to do her this way and that way, man. That's why you ain't getting what you want. You're trying to do a female this way. It's become very popular in movies too, especially movies that are black centered. I see this quite a bit where there's this condescending tone, but I've also seen it firsthand in working with men as well. But the end is also the same. They're always trying to couch it under, they're trying to help you because you just ain't got no game. You just don't know any better. And they're really doing a good deed for the less fortunate. And it's almost always going to be framed and couched that way. So I want to thank that commenter who put that up there, but I think it's gone, or either I just save the wrong post to refer back to it later. So thank you so much. Hope that helps.